The call to adventure rings through the ages, a siren song echoing across cultures and within the depths of the human soul. It signals a pivotal moment, the shattering of the mundane, an invitation to step beyond the well-worn paths of the ordinary world and onto the thrilling uncertainty of the unknown. Yet this first step demands a sacrifice of the familiar, a confrontation with the fear that clings to us like shadows. As Anais Nin wrote, "And the day came when the risk to remain tight in a bud was more painful than the risk it took to blossom." Her words capture the essence of the hero's choice, the ordinary world, with its conforming routines and predictable outcomes, loses its appeal when it's compared to the promise of profound growth and transformation. To answer the call is to embrace the possibilities of blossoming, even at the risk of venturing into the dark soil of uncertainty. This tension between the known and the unknown lies at the heart of the philosophical inquiry. Friedrich Nietzsche, the German thinker, provocatively declared, "One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star." Nietzsche recognized that growth and creation often arise from a place of internal disruption. The call to adventure, whether external or an inner summons, offers a chance for this chaos, the destabilizing yet potent force that paves the way for the more authentic and realized self. The unsettling allure of the unknown has intrigued philosophers throughout history. In his allegory of the cave, Plato describes prisoners chained within a dimly lit cave, seeing only shadows on the wall. One prisoner breaks free and discovers the world outside, full of vibrant colors and blinding sunlight. Though the journey is painful, this prisoner embraces the unknown, ultimately returning to the cave transformed. Plato uses this allegory to illustrate the pursuit of knowledge and enlightenment, suggesting that true understanding often lies beyond the confines of our limited perceptions. Like the prisoners in the cave, the call to adventure beckons us to break free from the chains of the familiar and seek a more expansive reality. Kierkegaard, the Danish existentialist, offers a somber yet empowering perspective. Anxiety is the dizziness of freedom. The decision to leave the ordinary world thrusts us into a swirling uncertainty of the unknown. The path is uncharted, the destination unclear. This freedom, while exhilarating, is tinged with a profound anxiety born from a lack of familiar guideposts. Kierkegaard reminds us that true growth cannot occur in a space of perpetual comfort. It is in the crucible of anxiety that we discover our resistance and forge our own unique path forward. The call to adventure is a siren song beckoning us toward our highest potential. It's a call that promises growth, self-discovery, and a thrilling possibility of transformation. To answer it is to embrace the words of Joseph Campbell. "The cave you fear to enter holds the treasure you seek." Leaving the known is merely the first step in the hero's transformative journey. After crossing the threshold into the unknown, the hero faces trials, encounters unexpected allies, and grapples with inner demons. These encounters shape the hero, forging them in the fire of adversity. The ancient Stoic philosophers understood this process intimately. Marcus Aurelius, the famed Roman emperor and philosopher, wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The Stoics believed that obstacles are not hindrances, but opportunities disguised as setbacks. When the hero faces challenges on their journey, it forces them to adapt, develop new skills, and cultivate an unshakable inner resolution. As with Abraham, navigating unfamiliar land or confronting internal doubts, becoming a catalyst for profound personal growth. However, the path is rarely a solitary one. Along the arduous road, the hero often encounters mentors or allies who offer guidance, support, or resources. Think of Gandalf for Frodo, Haymitch for Katniss, or Dumbledore for Harry Potter. These figures represent the potential for external aid, reminding us that even heroes need assistance at certain points in their journey. This assistance might be tangible, like tools or information, or intangible, like the bolstering of the hero's courage and belief in their mission. The German philosopher Heidegger spoke of the concept often translated as being there or being in the world, He emphasizes that we never exist in isolation, but are always fundamentally connected to others and the environment around us. The hero's journey, as an extension of our own human experience, inevitably involves around encounters with others. These moments of connection, whether for guidance or camaraderie, help shape who the hero ultimately becomes. Yet perhaps the most harrowing trials the hero must face are internal. Carl Jung, the renowned Swiss psychiatrist, explored the concept of the shadow, those repressed, often unsavory aspects of ourselves we banish to the unconscious mind. On the hero's journey, the shadow cannot be ignored forever. To become fully realized, the hero must confront these hidden parts of themselves, integrating them into a more complete and understanding of who they truly are. This can be a painful and frightening process, akin to descending into the subterranean labyrinth to do battle with a fearsome creature. However, in overcoming the shadow, the hero gains wholeness and immense inner power. The ultimate goal of the hero's journey, as illuminated by Joseph Campbell, is transformation. It's not about simply reaching a destination or defeating an external enemy. The true victory lies in the hero returning fundamentally changed from who they were at the start. The philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre articulated a related idea. It is in deciding that we find who we are. The choices the hero makes along the way, the challenges they face, and the inner demons they confront shape them, give rise to a more courageous, compassionate, and self-aware individual. The hero's journey is not linear, but cyclical. There are setbacks, moments of self-doubt, and dark nights of the soul, where the promised transformation seems a cruel illusion. However, amidst these tribulations lies the potential for the most profound growth. It is at the edge of despair, when the hero feels utterly defeated, that a miraculous strength often emerges, propelling them forward. The hero, forged by fire, returns to the ordinary world, forever changed, bringing back their hard-won wisdom and experience to their community. The trials faced on the hero's journey may demand sacrifices. The hero might have to make excruciating choices, leaving behind loved ones, relinquishing cherished possessions, or abandoning old identities. This mirrors the Buddhist concept of non-attachment. Buddhism teaches that clinging to things, people, or fixed ideas causes suffering. By relinquishing that which no longer serves them, the hero finds a liberating freedom. This doesn't imply a lack of love or connection, but rather a recognition that change and loss are integral parts of the journey. As we grapple with these choices, Viktor Frankl, the famed Holocaust survivor and existentialist thinker, offers a guiding star. Everything can be taken from a man, but one thing, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Even in dire circumstances, Frankl argues, we retain the ultimate power of choice. The hero exercises this power repeatedly, choosing to face fear, to persevere even when the light at the end of the tunnel seems extinguished, and to cling to the belief in something greater than themselves. It may be in these moments of intense adversity that the hero begins to glimpse the profound purpose behind their journey. This purpose often extends beyond immediate self-interest. As the hero overcomes their obstacles and becomes more fully themselves, they become a force for good in the world. Abraham, facing tests and uncertainties, ultimately becomes the symbolic father of a nation, a testament to the reverberating effects of his choices. This idea of service, or responsibility, resonates strongly within the philosophy of Martin Buber. Buber emphasizes the fundamental connection between all beings and spoke of the I-thou relationship, where we encounter one another not as objects, but as genuine presence and recognition. The transformed hero, returning to the ordinary world, does so with a renewed sense of interconnectedness. Their actions, born out of their hard-won transformation, have the potential to positively impact the lives of others. The true test of the hero's transformation lies in their ability to integrate the lessons of the journey into their everyday lives. This perhaps is the final ongoing challenge. Johann Wolfgang von Goethe reminds us, knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do. It is not enough for the hero to simply gain wisdom or strength. They must embody it, living those principles amidst the distractions and mundanality of daily life. The journey doesn't end upon return, but continues with every choice that aligns with the hero's newly discovered sense of self. The path of the hero is ultimately a path of courage. Joseph Campbell declared, "The privilege of a lifetime is being who you are." To heed the call to adventure, to navigate the trials and uncertainties it brings, is to embark on the brave quest of becoming truly yourself. Along the way, the hero may stumble, even fall, but ultimately, in choosing to rise again and keep moving forward, they embody the indomitable spirit at the core of the human experience. The transformative journey of the hero isn't simply a relic of ancient myths or fictional tales. It exists as a timeless pattern within our very own lives. Perhaps the call we face are less dramatic than Abraham's divine summoning, yet they resonate no less deeply with our longing for growth and self-discovery. The philosopher Immanuel Kant spoke of the categorical imperative, the idea that certain moral principles hold universally true. Might we consider to call the adventure a kind of categorical imperative of the soul, a deep, undeniable summons to venture beyond the confines of the familiar in pursuit of personal growth and a life lived in alignment with our deepest values? It's a call that may whisper to us when we are stuck in unsatisfying jobs, trapped in toxic relationships, or held back by our own limiting beliefs. It nudges us to ask the tough questions. Is this the life I was meant to live? Am I truly becoming the person I long to be? Confronting these questions, acknowledging the gaps between where we are and where we long to be, is an act of immense courage. Yet it's the first step toward fulfilling our own heroic potential. The call isn't always a clear directive. It may manifest as a profound dissatisfaction with the status quo, or an unshakable yearning for something more. The details may differ, but the essence remains. We are being beckoned to step into the unknown arena of our own becoming. Of course, this journey doesn't happen in a vacuum. The ordinary world still exists, with its demands and responsibilities. Balancing the pull of the everyday with the allure of transformation is a challenge each hero must navigate in their unique way. It might require small, consistent steps, rather than dramatic leaps, a gradual shifting of priorities rather than a sudden, complete upheaval. However, the true act of heroism lies in acknowledging the call and beginning the slow, relentless work of answering it. As we embark on our own journeys, we must recognize that the trials we face, the obstacles and setbacks, are not punishments. They are, in the paradoxical wisdom of the hero's journey, the very thing that forge us into stronger, wiser, and more compassionate beings. The doubts we confront, the internal battles we wage, become the tools that shape us and prepare us to share the treasures of transformation with the world. The challenges that present themselves along the journey may demand sacrifice. We may have to make difficult choices, leaving behind cherished comforts, relinquishing aspects of ourselves that no longer serve our growth, or saying goodbye to relationships that stifle our transformation. This too is part of the hero's path. It is not about becoming cold or unfeeling, but rather recognizing that the process of growth sometimes asks us to let go in order to hold on to what truly matters. Within this choice lies a profound philosophical question. What is the self? Is it a fixed and unchanging entity? Or is it something fluid and ever-evolving? As we follow the hero's path, we may discover that the self isn't quite what we thought it was. The journey becomes one of uncovering these layers, revealing the person who we're truly capable of becoming, a person that often surprises even ourselves. The philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche spoke of the Übermensch, often translated as the Overman or Superman. While his ideas were often misinterpreted, at their core is the concept of a human being that strives to overcome limitations and create their own values. The hero's journey, in many ways, reflects this process of surpassing previous expectations and creating a life that is both meaningful and authentic. This isn't about arrogance, but rather about recognizing the immense potential within each of us. The hero's journey may demand periods of solitude to truly understand our call to adventure, to discern what actions ally with our deepest purpose. We must first create space away from the noise of everyday life. This might manifest as literal solitude, a retreat, a pilgrimage, or time spent in nature. It could also be more of an internal practice of deep reflection, journaling, or meditation. The goal is to carve out time and space where the hero can listen closely to their own inner voice, unfiltered by external demands and expectations. Ultimately, the hero's journey is a journey of the heart. It's not merely about external achievements or material success, but rather about cultivating the qualities that make us truly human: courage, compassion, resilience, and unwavering self-belief. This transformation, born of overcoming trials and confronting our own depths, creates something beautiful within us, something that ripples outward and enriches the world around us. This perhaps is the greatest treasure that the hero, returning to the ordinary world, offers to their community. The call to adventure, that restless whisper that echoes through the ages, lies dormant within each of us. It's a call that transcends time and circumstance, summoning us forth from the familiar and toward the extraordinary potential that lies within. Yet, the hero's path is not an easy one. It demands the courage to leave behind the known, the willingness to walk through the fires of uncertainty, and the resilience to rise again when setbacks are crashing around us. Along the path, we may discover that the greatest challenge we face are those that lie within. The struggle to silence our inner critic, the battle to overcome deeply rooted fears, the task of embracing our imperfections. These are the dragons the hero must slay on their quest for transformation. Yet it's precisely within these struggles that we discover our true strength, our boundless compassion, and a deep, unshakable sense of who we truly are. The hero, forever changed by the journey, returns transformed. They return with wisdom won, not from books or teachers, but from the trials they endured and the choices they made. They return with a renewed sense of purpose, a fierce determination to live a life aligned with their deepest values, and a heart open to the sufferings and joys of their fellow humans. The hero's journey, in its essence, isn't about selfish ambition, but about becoming a force for good in the world. The stories of heroes, from Abraham to Luke Skywalker, to the unsung heroes of our everyday lives, remind us that even in the face of immense difficulty, the human spirit has an extraordinary capacity for growth and resilience. Their stories ignite a spark within us, whispering of the adventures that awake when we choose, time and time again, to heed the call that beckons us forth. Perhaps the most potent takeaway from the hero's journey is not the tales themselves, but the profound questions they pose to each of us. What will your hero's journey be? What unknown territory within yourself longs to be explored? What contribution, small or large, are you called to make in this world? These are the questions that ignite a truly heroic life, a life filled with purpose, authenticity, and the thrilling possibility of ongoing transformation. The choice lies before you. Will you remain comfortable within the familiar confines of the known, or will you dare to step over the threshold, embarking on the greatest adventure of all, the adventure of becoming your truest, most powerful self?